So Hopkinsville Brewing Company came to be about 2 years ago. I was a home brewer and I've always enjoyed drinking and then making beer at home. The craft beer culture became part of our lives and our family's lives when we were living in the Washington, D.C. area, and we realized that it would be great to bring Hopkinsville, Kentucky and Christian County its first craft beer brewery. I think the aha moment for Hopkinsville Brewing Company was we were in the Washington, D.C. area, living there for a short time, and Kate's dad came up to visit, and I had just brewed a batch of, I think, some sort of IPA, and offered him a pint glass. He took a sip and had some foam on his mustache, looked at the pint and then looked at me and said, "Hey, that's pretty good. You should make beer for a living." And that was the moment where the idea was planted in my head, or the little acorn that would become the mighty oak of Hopkinsville Brewing Company. One thing that we're passionate about, aside from craft beer, is the experience that the customer has here. And we recognize that beer has a symbiotic relationship with music and food. So we bring both of those things into the brewery as well. With food, we've designed our space, specifically our parking lot, with a parking space for mobile food vendors. We bring in a variety of mobile food vendors from really throughout the Kentucky, Tennessee area. We provide water and power to them, and our menus are posted on our events Facebook page and our website. From a music perspective, either outside on the patio during the warmer months or upstairs or downstairs in the tap room, we'll invite local musicians who will come in and do unplugged acoustic style, country or blues or folk style music. That and a nice pint glass provides a great experience for folks who come out to visit the brewery.
One of the best parts about this job here at Hopkinsville Brewing Company is getting to talk with each customer about the beer and listen to their feedback, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And we do take all of that feedback into account. So before each brew day, we sit down with the recipe that we're planning to brew, and we will make changes based on the feedback we get. If the IPA isn't hoppy enough, we will make it hoppier. So we don't have to answer to a big corporate structure. We get to tweak our own recipes based on the feedback that we get right there at the serving counter as we hand the pint to the customer.
You know, we take what we do here very seriously. We want to make the best version of the beer that we can possibly make, and we get customer comments and feedback. You know, sometimes it's positive, sometimes it's not, but it's a constantly refined process, and we're always changing things to try to adapt to what our customers tell us they want, and we just want to make the best beer that we can.
It never occurred to us to do it anywhere other than Hopkinsville. We've considered Hoptown our home since the Army brought us here for the first time in 2004, and since then we've lived all over the country, but our heart has stayed in Hopkinsville. We live in a historic home just south of downtown, and we would walk around, walk our dogs, and then once we had kids, walk the kids downtown and look at the old buildings and think it would be so neat if someone could start a small business downtown, something that would draw people to this neat area with all its old architecture and great character. And it finally dawned on us when we started putting together this business idea that we could be that someone that could help breathe some new life into downtown Hopkinsville.
So here at Hopkinsville Brewing Company, we offer a variety of handcrafted beers. We've got everything from very light wheat ales, a wit, we've got a pale ale, an IPA if you like hoppy beers. If you enjoy the more exotic stuff, we offer a variety of barrel-conditioned sour beers. And then on the darker side, we have a vanilla bourbon porter and then a milk chocolate stout. So Hopkinsville Brewing Company is really oriented on, we say people, community, and great craft beer. And really our location and the history and the culture of Hopkinsville and Christian County has really been what our brand has been focused on. Where it's most evident is in the names and the logos of the different beers that we've made here. So we have a Batwood Vanilla Bourbon Porter. Batwood was one of the first founders of Hopkinsville in this area. His name was Bartholomew Wood, but he was a little crazy, so people called him Batwood, and we thought that was really great for a kind of quirky, high alcohol beer that we make. Another one is Colonel Hopkins Kentucky Common. Colonel Hopkins was on George Washington's staff during the Revolutionary War. He crossed the river at Trenton, or the Delaware River, to attack Trenton, and he was actually given this county area as a prize for his service during the Revolutionary War. We have very conservative hours. We're open generally between noon and 8 p.m. Even on Fridays and Saturdays, we close at 8 p.m. So we're really looking to cater to that early crowd. Our environment, it's well lit, it's clean, it's family and kid friendly. We don't have, our walls aren't covered with plasma TVs with the latest sports games or news on. We expect our customers to come here to enjoy a pint and engage in face-to-face conversation with each other, just like taverns did in America hundreds of years ago. We're people and community oriented.
But we want people to come in, have a pint, sit down, talk with their neighbors, talk with their friends, and just be engaged in the local community.
We have a wonderful staff here at Hopkinsville Brewing Company. We're a small staff. We only have 8 people right now, but we're all very passionate about craft beer. We each have a different style that we love, and we enjoy interacting with the customers, and we enjoy hanging out even when we're not on the clock.
Really, I think for me, the most satisfying part of owning and operating a brewery is when you watch a new customer come in and they place their order and their pint is filled and they take that first sip and they kind of sit back and look at the glass and you get a nod, hopefully, and a smile, and then they say, that's wonderful, that's delicious. That when somebody enjoys a pint that we made with a lot of blood, sweat, and beer, that is very rewarding.
So the most rewarding part of all of this has been the number of people that come in and they try our beer and they like it, but then they thank us for opening something like this in Hopkinsville and bringing something that may not have come here otherwise. And I've lost count of the number of people that have done that, who appreciate the amount of effort we put into renovating this building and going through the process to be able to brew beer and then producing the beer, and it's something that they can be proud of. And that just makes us feel good.